Your body is a temple of the goddess, and you're here to celebrate your temple and the essence of who you are, and to share from that place with the world. But in the journey of allowing this light, this force to come through you, there's so many challenges. So I'm Klara Adalena, and one of the questions that I received as I start coming out more with my work on the sacred feminine is, if I come into my power, people start not liking me. My husband will leave me, my colleagues are making fun of me, they are behaving nasty towards me. That's the kind of questions I'm getting. And I'm sure many of us will either have experienced this or have fears of experiencing that. So I want to go into this topic today because actually it's very different from what you think. And when you truly are in that power, everybody will love you, will do what needs to be done, will be glad for your insights. But let me tell me about that. How can that be when your experience could be very different? First of all, I want to really thank you for asking the question, because that's the beginning of change. When you start coming with, hey, you know, I'd like to be in my sacred feminine power. I'm intrigued with this womb work and this tapping into my own energy field and integrating my mind into my body. I'm called by it, but it also raises these fears in me, these bad memories of people pulling away from me when I come into my power. So when you're naming that, you are actually opening a gateway for yourself, because you're starting to question things. Can it be then? Can it be different from what I have experienced? Yes, it can be totally different. And it will be, and it should be, totally different. And where the beginning, the change happens, is when you start to see that actually you have never experienced what would happen when you were fully in your power, because you haven't been there yet. Or maybe you have been there a few times, and if you honestly go back to those times, I'm sure that was beautiful experiences where people embraced what you had to bring, even if they don't always agree. So what is that then? What is this being in your sacred feminine power that maybe we have so little experience with, that we don't even know how people react to it? Well, I can tell you, I've been doing this work with the sacred feminine for years, and I think I tapped into it quite often, and I've missed it ever so often, frustratingly enough. But as lately I'm doing more and more of this womb work and these womb meditations, I'm really tapping into another level of it. It's amazing, especially when I was deeply involved in the healing work, and I have a whole course on that. So healing the womb can only go very, very slow. But as you do that, the power that awakens, it was like my whole body, my whole system shifted to a whole other level, not just one or two other levels. Different story altogether, game changer. Also in collective healing rituals, I was standing there and channeling that power and holding the space open for the healing to happen. Oh, that energy that came through. And the moments that I'm in that power, people just listen to me. There's no question about it. There's none of this ego shuffle. Who are you to tell me this? And then the whole nagging where the mind starts kicking in and having all sorts of reasons why he or she should not listen to you. None of that. When I really shift in this sacred feminine power, I also shift into the temple, and I feel myself being held by the temple of the sacred feminine, of me, of who I truly am, who us women truly are. And when I step into that, Mother Earth can come so close to me and can really let me know she's taking care. And the whole sisterhood comes immediately and lets me know we're here with you. And when I speak from that place, people listen. It's not always that they agree with me, because even in that space I'm not perfect. I don't know everything, but I know truth. And standing in that place of truth, held by the temple and the sisterhood and Mother Earth, I evoke that same level of truth in the whole space. Whether it's the intimacy of the bedroom, or whether it's a huge meeting room with thousands of people, or whether it's an online gathering, hundreds of thousands, everyone shifts to that level. Everyone recognizes that in themselves and feels the calling that that's what I want. That's where I want to come from. That's where life can really start happening. You can open that gateway by tapping into your womb and speaking from that level of your sacred feminine power. And I tell you, none of that nitty, yucky thing that could happen and that maybe you have experienced with colleagues or with partners will happen in those moments. It's moments of truth. It's moments of reality. And it's a risk. You don't know what you're standing up in your truth will evoke. But it will be pure, it will be honest, it will be real, and you will be respected for what you are saying. And you will feel so connected with this field of the sacred feminine, this wisdom, this knowing. And that in itself is a great, great gift. So I hope that the opening you've given yourself by asking the question will lead to following up on it, to surrendering to this power in yourself, and to be willing to really get to know it. What is that sacred feminine power? What is that thing beyond or beneath my ego? What is me? Who am I? That's very real questions. And doing the work as I offer it with the meditations, including your mind and your body, tapping into your own energy field and starting to resonate with your own energy, and slowly, slowly coming to your womb power and sensing what that is. And it has to go slow, like in love making. The times then when you make it and you just, hop in, your partner just hops in, you're not really hitting what the womb can be. It needs to go slow. And so it is in your own meditation practice. It needs to go slow. And then something will start to awaken that you don't need to fear, if your wish is to be real and honest. And it will lead to you being respected by the people around you. It will lead to you being seen, being heard, being understood even. and maybe loved, deeply loved. So breathe out, sister. There is something beautiful waiting for you. And it's a whole different way of stepping into your power, where there's no ego confusion from your side. From your side, there will be nothing like, am I okay in saying this? Is it my place to say this? There will be none of that self-doubt. There will be none of this, oh, what will others think of me if I say this? Mm-mm. If you're still on that level, yeah, then resistance can come. But if you tap into that sacred feminine power, you're tapping into a whole other level. And it trumps all these ego doubts and self-doubts. It's just bigger. And people feel that. And they're hungry for it. And even if they don't agree, they will love you for it. So that's the journey that I am on, and that I'm excited that so many of my people, my sisters around me are on. And so many men around me, in their way, are on this path too, aligning with their deep masculinity. I'm just feeling this whole tribe of us, and it's happening, and it's so exciting to be part of that. So I really truly hope that you will offer yourself this opportunity and step into this. And take the time to really grow your womb power. And do your meditations, do the feminine practice. And as I said, I have a few courses out there, both online and live, to support you in that. And there will come a day that you will write me and say, Klara, you were right. That day I stepped into that power. And something so differently happened. And many things can happen in between. I'm not promising a rose garden, but I am promising you yourself. So let's be silent a moment and just tune into all of this. And feel if something new comes up that wants to be said. Yeah. What came up for me was love. Know that you are loved. Thank you for being here with me, being willing to listen.